How are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's see here. What category were our lessons in again? I don't remember.
We stopped last lesson at your dream job.
Right. But your dream job is in what category? Was
Yeah,
it intermediate conversation, I think?
yeah,
Let's check.
yeah.
Intermediate, your dream job. Talking about that then. Um, in your country, do you need a bachelor's degree, a teaching certificate? Like, what kind of education do you need?
We need a teaching certificate, and after that, we should do 2 years training.
Okay, okay, that sounds like in America, your last semester of college usually involves we call it student teaching, where you're a student and you're in a classroom, but usually there's like a mentor teacher that helps you. But even after that, you still have to get a license. So it sounds
Yeah,
like there's something similar, but maybe even some more training in Saudi Arabia. You actually do 2 years of that training,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Oh, interesting, interesting. And so, what kind of skills do you think makes a good teacher? Like, what kind of qualities and skills do you need?
Um, I think teachers in general should learn about technology and should use technology.
Yeah,
Yeah, technology helps teachers and the students to learn in effective way.
I agree. I agree. When I've taught in classrooms, I've liked to use like PowerPoint in my computer. I could show YouTube videos.
Yeah,
And even one school I worked in, all the students had iPads. So we were able to set up like an iClass where I could send them homework and communicate with them. And it really helped. Those were high schoolers.
yeah,
But even like in elementary school, now you have like Class Dojo where you can give awards and do things with your students where they can have little avatars. Technology is the way of the future in education. When you have a classroom with 20, 30, 40, 50 students even, they're not all going to be at the same level. They don't all need the same thing. And so being able to teach everyone without losing students, while being able to give that special attention where it's needed, it can be a hard time. And classroom management, right?
yeah,
Keeping everybody on track and on task,
yeah,
very important. Very important.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's also important that you're an expert, in whatever you teach, right? You need to be able to gain confidence with your students. You need to be engaging. You need to
yeah.
keep their attention. It's Teaching is not the easiest job in the world. Not only have I done it, but a lot of my friends have been teachers throughout the years, and it can wear you out.
Yeah, I think teachers like doctors should work on their knowledgeable, always read, always learn new things because this helps them uh, helps them um, to give the students from their experiences.
Absolutely. In America, we have it's called continuing education. And so all licensed teachers are required to do a certain amount of hours of continuing education, which
Yeah,
can be like private workshops on teaching methodologies and pedagogy, or it can be further college. But it's something required of all licensed teachers in America. So I agree with you 100%.
yeah.
All right. So, what about other people in your country? Are there some really popular dream jobs? Yours is teaching. I know everybody likes sports, right? I'm sure a lot of young boys want to be soccer players or famous. But what are some of the common dream jobs where you live?
Yeah, most people want to be doctors, engineers, and nowadays some of young people like social media. They want to be influencer in social media.
Yeah, I hear that one a lot more lately when I have these lessons and we talk about jobs, the influencers and content creators. Um, so I always remind people that those jobs are a little bit like professional athletes. There's a lot of people that want them and only a few that get them. So it's good to have a plan B, like being a doctor or being an engineer, like you said.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I still hear that a lot too. There's still a lot of people that want to get into medicine and help people, be teachers, um, police officers, firemen. I still hear these jobs too. So it's good to
yeah,
know that there's still people who want some of the more normal jobs.
yeah.
All right. So here's kind of just a conversation starter. Kind of a chance to talk a little bit. This gives you two options. There's a job you could be a zookeeper or a professional bed tester. What do you think would be a better job?
Before I answer, what does the zookeeper mean?
So the zookeeper is the person at a zoo that takes care of the animals. So
Yeah,
they usually are very educated, right? They need to know what the animals eat, what makes them healthy, what kind of living conditions they have. But they do hard work too. Besides just caring for the animals, they have to clean up after them, train them. So it's the person who takes care of the animals at a zoo.
okay. And the other one, professional bed tester. And what does this mean?
So I think this is kind of a tongue-in-cheek job. I don't know if there's actually professional bed testers out there, but the person who tests the bed, I assume, is the person who sleeps in the bed.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's kind of, would you rather have kind of a hard job that's very fulfilling where you work with animals, or would you rather get paid to sleep? I don't know, a professional bed tester.
I think some people just want a specific position. They don't want to work maybe like a zookeeper or a tailor or this kinds of a profession. So they stay at their homes without doing anything, and I think this is bad and wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of fulfillment we get in life out of the work we do, and taking pride in your job, whether you're making sandwiches or making planes, whether you're helping people as a doctor or a teacher. Regardless of your pay, I think there's a lot more we get out of work than just a paycheck. So I agree with you. Um,
Yeah.
Maybe those people who want to stay at home, maybe they'd be the professional bed testers, right? I mean, if someone wants to pay me to sleep, I'm going to sleep every night anyway, so sure, why not? But I
Yeah.
think in the long run, I would rather be a zookeeper. Now, I love animals, so again, I think that I would get a lot of value and a lot of happiness out of taking care of animals.
Yeah.
But depending on the person, depending on the job, I think you're right. I think that having a job that you can be proud of and get some other fulfillment in. I think that's important in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that I get that from you because you want to be a teacher. As somebody who got his degree in education and wanted to be a teacher, it's a thankless job a lot of the time, and it usually doesn't pay well in most countries compared to other similarly educated positions. So it's something that usually people do because they love the job. They have a passion
Yeah.
for
I think
students and helping.
yeah, I think teaching is very important because it affects on students' life, and in other meaning maybe it affects on their future. If the teachers teach them perfectly and give them each information they need, they helps them to build their future.
Absolutely. I think you're going to make a great teacher with that attitude. The students are the future, right? And as a teacher, you get a direct chance and responsibility to help educate that future and, help them grow and become, good people. Students spend a lot of time in classrooms with their teachers, so it's an important role for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
So, what do you think people prefer more? Do you think people want high-paying, stressful jobs, like an investment banker, or do you think most people prefer low-paying but relaxing jobs, like a fishing guide?
Mm. I think it depends on the individual choices. But nowadays, most people prefer high salary,
Yeah,
and yeah, and because these days everything needs money, so most people prefer high salary. But for
yeah,
me, if I want to start working, I can accept low payment if I can get the experience or the
yeah.
training.
That's a very mature perspective.
Yeah,
Like you said, I think most people chase money. Even my personal journey, I
yeah,
originally got my degree in education, um, but I went into business because money. In the end, though, money didn't make me happy, and I returned to education because for me, enjoying what I do all day, every day is more important than having a bigger
yeah,
number in my bank account, And I
yeah.
think a lot of people, it takes a journey to get there, but it sounds like you're already wise enough to know that happiness is important.
Yeah, I think money is important, but we should follow our dreams.
Absolutely.
The real happiness.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. Money is important, right? It's hard to be happy if you can't afford to eat, if you're, struggling to pay your rent. No matter how much you like your job, it's hard to live a life like that. But once those basic needs are met, once you can meet that with the money you make, having a smile on your face every day because you enjoy what you're doing is it's very important.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So here's kind of a role play. And I apologize. I know I'm going really fast, but with 15 minutes, I want to make sure we get as much of the exercises as we can.
No
In
problem.
this role play, it basically you're talking to a friend, right? Your friend wants to quit her job. She hates her job, but she doesn't know what she wants, right? So what kind of advice would you give her? Should she find a new job first? Should she quit and focus on looking? What advice would you give to a friend who wants to quit but doesn't know what to do next?
I would say to her, you should continue in his position now and find another chance that gives her what she wants. Not
Yeah,
she shouldn't stop working before she find another job.
sure. I mean, if you quit and you have no idea how long till your next job comes along, you might put yourself in a bad situation. So I think that's
Yeah,
good advice, right?
yeah,
Keep doing what you're doing. Use your free time to search and to explore your options, and try and transition in a way that isn't going to hurt you financially. So another good class. I enjoy our time together. We can do the next lesson next time.
thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye. See you next
Goodbye.
time. Bye bye.